Hello everyone, welcome to Collective Guidance Tarot. I hope you guys are doing okay and that you are all safe. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching my videos. So I'm going to do a reading to look into whether Prince Harry regrets what he has done to his family, as well as I think that's it. I was thinking about doing a reading on if Megan will ever be accused of bullying, but then I remember that I actually did a reading on that. So I'm just going to look into if Harry regrets what he has done to his family, if he has regrets. So yeah, someone asked me if I use a pendulum. I don't use a pendulum. The only divination tool that I use is tarot. So yeah, I've actually always wanted to buy this deck, and it took me like a year, before I could decide that I actually want to go ahead and buy the archetypal Kim Kranz archetypes. And this deck, I just bought it because I'm actually I don't like talking about myself, but I see visions. That's how I channel. I'm more reliant on my psychic abilities than tarot. That's why I try to incorporate psychology into tarot, like the psychology of things, like narcissistic abuse, because we are currently living in a very narcissistic world. That's why you guys are here and we're having conversations about people like Meghan Markle and Harry, because they represent the current state of everything that's going on in the world. So I'm actually someone that sees visions. That's how I channel information, and that's one of the reasons why I actually bought this deck, because it is a visual deck, and you can't really rely on the meaning of the cards. You have to psychically channel what you are seeing, and that's how I do readings. And I once, before I even started like doing readings about Prince Harry, I actually once dreamt about him, and I did like a mini Adobe Spark video about that, but I just deleted it because at the time I wasn't really ready to go into this, because I knew that people were going to talk about it, like it's a different type of exposure. So that's how I channel information. I don't just read the meanings of the card. Like I have to psychically connect with the cards, and that's how I channel. And the decks that I use, I had to first like like this deck, for example, I remember when I first got the deck, it means a lot to me, because it actually, like I said, it took me a year before I could decide that I knew that I wanted the deck, but I couldn't really, at the time I felt like I wasn't like ready. There was just something in me that was saying that you're not ready to own the deck. So I would place orders of like decks, like doing online shopping, trying to shop for decks, but then I would just cancel, because I would cancel so many times because I wasn't resonating with the decks until I found this deck. After this deck, that's when I purchased this deck. So I'm really sorry about that. That was long, and you can skip. So I just thought I should like let you guys know how I work, because people have been, I'm not receiving this question about the pendulum for like the first time. People have been asking me. I don't use a pendulum. I like I see visions, and like tarot is new to me because in African spirituality, this is Western divination, and this is something new to me. And yeah, but I actually love my decks. The Eternal Child. So we're looking into does he regret what he has done? The Eternal Child. Okay, the Poet. One last card, then I will begin. The Vision. Okay. So immediately with the Eternal Child in reverse, the Eternal Child is Peter Pan. The Eternal Child in the light, when it's in the light, when it's in the upright, this is someone who is creative. This is someone that has a childlike energy. This is someone that has a positive outlook on life, a creative individual that is able to with like an artist, like some artists are able to use their trauma to create something meaningful, as you can see, like with the colors. That's when it's in the light. This is someone that is creative. This is someone that can connect to different people, because it's like that light-hearted energy where those people, like when you talk to them, there's just something uplifting about them because they represent like this childlike innocence to them. But then since this card is coming out in the shadow, the Eternal Child is the man child, the Peter Pan syndrome. This is someone that doesn't want to grow, because part of growing up is accepting the responsibility that comes with life. So this card is coming out because part of accepting, like I said, part of accepting the responsibility, like part of growing up is is accepting the responsibilities of life and understanding your trauma. And as you can see, it's like a volcano, like fire. This is a fiery person, someone that does not have a hang on their trauma, someone that does not have a hang on their emotions and the trauma that they've gone through. No one has a hang on their trauma. You just have to learn how to balance that trauma to create something amazing. That's when the Poet comes in. But the Poet is coming out in the shadow side, which says that like this is like the dark side of any artist. This is someone that will experiment with substance abuse because they don't have a hang on their emotions. And I don't know why I just got the message that vultures, when like an animal is about to die, like when something is vulnerable, vultures can sense the vulnerability of an animal that is injured, and because of that it attracts predatory like energy. And that's what I'm getting, because this is someone that can't utilize what they've gone through to create something great, to be this poet, to be this creative energy that can produce amazing things. And we've seen that with the me you can't see stuff that he did. Instead of using that platform to create something amazing, he focused on pointing fingers at other people. That's what I'm talking about. And you do find other people that have gone through the trauma that actually, use that to create something great. The eternal child is the Peter Pan, the man child, the man that does not want to grow. And usually them, like people like him, like people with that energy, the Peter Pan energy, the eternal child energy, they tend to attract domineering energies. And this is what, like, we're currently seeing with his life and the person that he chose to marry, because at the core he's still like with the fire. There are things that he hasn't dealt with, and he's still looking for his mother. I've said this before. He is looking for his mother. That's why a lot of these men tend to go for women that they think can take care of them, someone that represents more of a motherly, domineering energy, someone that tells you this is what you have to do, instead of being in a partnership where both people have opinions, and you can agree and disagree with each other. Yeah, and we are seeing it is playing out right now in public. We even saw in that birthday whatever campaign that Megan did you see how he was presented? Like he's outside, he's in the shadows, and then she's like the center of everything. She's like this domineering independent person, and he's outside in the shadows, because that's what happens when you are like that man child, when you are the Peter Pan. Like you're always in the shadows. So that's basically what we are seeing with him. And with the gem, the gem is like the diamond in the rough, which represents this eternal child and the poet energy. The gem is someone that finds themselves in a rough environment, and I think that rough environment is what he went through with him losing his mother. Like the fact that his brother was going to always come before him. However, he could have laid out his path in a positive way, which explains this vision. He missed the point of what he was supposed to become, because at the core he is like the gem. I mean, if you really think about it, Meghan Markle wouldn't even have been with him if he wasn't the person that he is. So there is that regret, because if the eternal child is coming out, it tells me that he hasn't really dealt with the things that, when he went on national TV bashing his family, saying that, I want to heal, I want to recover from generational trauma or whatever, he hasn't really dealt with, the things that he was talking about in, the me you can't see. I don't know if it's a docu-series or whatever he did. I didn't watch that. I'll never watch that. So, and also this card is about revelations, like the duality of life, of integrating your shadow and light, finding a balance between your shadow and light. He struggled with that, which explains this vision. He missed the point. He missed everything. And at the core he is the gem, but currently he is surrounded by the vultures, because for the gem to come out, this is someone that is not in a good environment, like a diamond in the rough. They have to be removed from their environment so that like the true essence of the person can show through. So he never wanted to take responsibility for himself. He does regret what he has done, because in as much as he wants to, he's overly burdened by the choices that he has made. He has to work hard. He's working harder than he has ever worked in his life, because there were people that actually had to do stuff for him with the aid of pentacles. Yeah, he's working. He's basically getting a taste of what it means to actually work for the money. And with the 10 of wands in reverse, this is a card of burdens. He's overly burdened by his reality. He's overly burdened by his environment, which explains this gem. He doesn't really feel fulfilled, because in his mind, when he met her, he thought that she was the ultimate vision. But what he didn't realize is that she was basically taking him into his shadow, like his deepest shadow. Because you can't tell me that you want to focus on healing and bringing positivity and mental health, and then you publicly cause issues. You publicly talk about things that you point fingers at your family without addressing the root cause of the problem. So he missed the vision. So he missed the fact that this was someone that was going to take him to the shadow. And we can see that because the conflict card is here, the 5 of swords. This is a conflict of the mind, playing games, manipulation. She's always playing games and manipulation. And what he doesn't realize, also with the 5 of swords in reverse, what he doesn't realize is that his family has put the sword down. They're walking away from the conflict. They don't want any part of it, because as you can see, he's still holding the sword. But the 2 people at the back are walking away from the conflict. So what he doesn't realize is that his family doesn't really want anything to do with this, but he's still holding on to the conflict. Because if it was coming out in the upright, then I was going to say, oh yeah, he's actually willing to let go of the conflict. But then with the supporting cards, he's overly burdened. And also, this is someone that didn't choose his battles wisely. So he's overly burdened by his reality and what's going on. Because he didn't choose wisely. He thought that she was the ultimate vision, because she represented something at the time that she wanted. The confidence and stuff, she came in with a bang. This is who I am, and that's that. And he was drawn to that, because in his life, all his life, he always felt like he was in the shadows, and that's not true. He had his own personalities. He had his own personality. Why did I say personalities? Maybe he does actually have personalities, because he lies a lot. He has different personalities. But yeah, when she came with something that at the time he wanted, he was at a crossroads about who he was. Because the gem is also someone, if this card is coming out, the diamond in the rough, this is someone that does not see his or her potential. This is someone that basically everything around them is chaotic. And because she seemed so poised and organized, he thought that by being around her, then he could get some of those qualities. But he didn't realize that Megan represented his shadow, all the negative things about him, all the things that he hasn't really healed from. Because both of them, I believe, they have to do some healing. So yeah, he's working hard. This is also attention. So yeah, we can see how they want attention. It's crazy that the 8 of Pentacles first came out, and then we're going back to a 7. I was expecting to see maybe a 9 of Pentacles, but then we're going back to a 7, which tells me that he's not seeing fruits of his labor. He is planting seeds, he's working hard, but he's not really seeing the fruits of his labor. He's not content with what he has done, because part of this working hard comes with, sacrifices, comes with lack of vision, comes with, this predatory energy of taking advantage of, his family, and knowing that, yeah, if I talk about my family, then people are going to be interested, and that is going to bring me revenue. So there is that burden. Yeah, the 10 of wands, there is that burden where he he is recognizing, because I'm surprised that, we started with the 8 of pentacles, now we're going back so to the 7. So yeah, he does recognize that, the seeds that he planted were not planted in good faith. Him getting money, him getting the deals is connected to him slamming his family. So there is that feeling of guilt, and it explains this eternal child, because part of the trauma of the eternal child is guilt and shame. There are a lot of things that he's very shameful about, that he hasn't come to terms with, he doesn't talk about, and that's where he needs to focus in his energy, because also this card is about like focusing your attention on things that are supposed to bring you the 2 of cups. So this is a card of a union, which I've already spoken about. He thought that it was going to be an equal give and take connection, where both of them were going to fill each other's cups. He didn't think, I mean, if you guys watched the first, I think it was like the engagement interview, yeah, he was positive. He actually wanted her to be part of the family, and it's crazy how that changed. So yeah, like now all of a sudden, like he changed. I mean, he was talking about how they were going to love her, she's going to have a family that she has never had, blah blah blah. But look at him right now, he doesn't have a family anymore, and that's also like the vision, what he sees, and he'll never he'll never tell anyone this, because this is wisdom, this is hidden wisdom. That voice at the back of your mind, like when you screwed up but you don't want to admit to yourself that, yeah, like, shucks, I've actually like screwed up. So the look of vision, the world, okay, the world is moving forward movement. Yeah, he thought that by, yeah, the Page of Swords, I've seen this card. So the Page of Swords in reverse, yeah, truth. The Page of Swords is blunt, is someone that delivers truth, but in reverse, someone that lies a lot, that tells a lot of lies. So yeah, with the World card, this is forward movement. He thought that by mingling with Meghan Markle, choosing her, it was going to bring in this, good vibe, good healing energy. But what he didn't realize is that she was taking him, to his shadow. And yeah, to be honest with you, I don't see this relationship lasting for too long, because it comes with, like a lot of trauma. Like, you can only hold on up to a certain, extent, until you like reach a breaking point and you let go. And we can see what's going on. The news about him is not positive. Like, in as much as they are paying like PR companies to write amazing things about them, how long are they going to do that? How long are they going to sustain, that whole PR fiasco, where they're paying organizations to say amazing things about them? How long are they going to do that? Because, yeah, I mean, if they are going to do that forever, then it means that it means that he has to always be working, talking about his family. And you guys need to realize that eventually, at some point, people are going to get bored about him going out and talking about his family. Eventually at some point he has to write a book. He's going to write a book because the world is a kind of moving on. That's what I'm talking about. I don't see this relationship lasting for too long. The only way that he's going to have to make money is publicly, talk about her and talk about the marriage, because already it has been confirmed that he's unstable, he's a man child. His depiction in the media is not a positive one. How we perceive him right now, it's not positive. He has publicly come out and spoken about, oh, this is what I've gone through, my family this. So if ever they decided to like separate, he's always going to be seen as the man child, the loser, the guy who couldn't handle this amazing American independent person, like how the media always portrays bullshit. But yeah, like I don't see this working out, because there isn't really anything sustaining this. Like, why is it that for them to be relevant, they have to, get a PR company to write positive stuff about them, like some positive, stupid stuff? Yeah. I think I'm going to end the reading. The victory card in reverse. So it just sums up everything that I've said about them separating. Yes, he does regret in his subconscious mind, which is the vision. At the beginning, yeah, he didn't see where this was going to go, but subconsciously there is that realization that I actually screwed up. I messed up my relationship with my family, because if you really look at him, like where he is right now, he doesn't really know anyone. Like the only people that he has now are Meghan Markle's Hollywood friends. He doesn't really have friends of his own. He doesn't really have like the people that he grew up with to share the memories of, I'm actually a father or whatever. This is what's going on in my life. He doesn't, whatever he does, the money and stuff, that's why it's like that back and forth thing where he feels like he has reached a peak financially, but then he goes back because he's not really happy, and he's recognizing that him getting the finances that he needs to sustain this whole mess involves him talking crap about his family, and that's just that. And without his family name, he's basically no one. Like, in as much as Megan was a D-list, at least she was a D-list. What has Harry done, besides him being born into the royal family? Because even like his peers, like the people that the soldiers that were with him, they have a lot to say about him. There isn't really much respect there. So what has he really done? Because right now he's in a different country. He doesn't know anyone. He's not familiar with America or whatever. He doesn't really know a lot of people. He's surrounded by vultures. So guys, I'm going to end the reading. Thank you all for watching. Like, you can suggest the reading for me. I'll probably do it tomorrow, but I won't be doing it today. I'll do it because I have stuff to do today. I'll probably do it tomorrow morning. So thank you all for watching. Bye.